My very first freelancing gig was $10. My most recent contract was $30,000. If you've ever considered freelancing and then immediately assumed that there were no skills that you could easily offer as a freelancer, I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. My name is Erica Nall, and I am a top 1% freelancer on Upwork out of more than 18 million other freelancers. I went from a burnt out healthcare worker to a six-figure freelancer in copywriting. So if you feel like what you do now in your current job doesn't translate well into freelance services, I promise you that there is a path and you have skills that you can start offering freelance services right away. I just launched a free community for beginners in freelance. Every week I provide a free training or resource to my beginners. Everything is free of charge. There's no secret $2,000 upsell on the back end. If you're interested in the community, the link's in my bio. And if you want the free training, you just need to drop a comment below. This week's training is all about how you can find your freelance ready skills, even when you think you have none. And it includes a free tool that I made where you answer 12 simple questions. It will profile you and tell you what are some niches that you should consider. If you want that free tool and the free training, again, just drop a comment below. And here is a sneak peek from this week's training. Then, once you get your first few wins, once you get those first few wins and you start to be able to apply for more competitive jobs, more specialized jobs. And also, as you experiment, you're going to figure out what you like and what you don't, right? So as you figure out what you're liking, so on purpose, I'm going to have you start very broad within your category. And your first several $1,000s, you're going to be experimenting, right? So you might do writing, and within writing, there's lots of different things you could do, right? There's technical writing, writing policies, writing SOPs. There's creative writing, right? You could be doing sales copywriting. You could be writing for websites. You could be doing blogs. There are product descriptions, stuff for e-commerce shops. There's writing ads for people. There's literally so many different writing niches that you can do. Editing, people do copy editing, right? And so what I want you to do is that if you find, once you're done with this training and you use the tool, and if you find that writing might be the niche that you're in, we're going to explore that during your first many few jobs so that you can start to figure out, ooh, I really seem to like doing the more technical writing versus, like the creative writing. Or maybe I really love writing YouTube scripts. Like you never had like any idea that was going to be, right? So for me, once I started doing it, I realized that copywriting versus like editing was definitely where I was landing. Then after the copywriting, I started to realize, you know what, I really enjoy sales copywriting. Here, let's not use me. Let's say instead you start doing copywriting and you realize you like blogs, like you really are enjoying writing blogs and articles, right? So now with this, what's happening is when you are competing up here in this top level, you are competing with the most amount of people in this level, right? Because no one's an expert at that point. So during this point, when you're up here, this is when your income is going to be the lowest. So you're going to be charging the least amount of money, but you're going to be competing with the most amount of people during that time, right? And so this is why it feels really frustrating to a lot of people, because you're trying to kind of cut through the noise, and you're having to put in a lot of effort for not a whole lot of money, right? But as you work your way down, as you start to figure out and specialize, and as you do this, and the reason why you can't just skip ahead, so like we're doing blogs and articles, let's say here, now you learned how to really become like an SEO specialist within blog or articles. So again, that's a specialization even further. And now let's say, okay, you're like writing blogs and articles, you're an SEO specialist, but now you found even within that a very specific type of client that you like working with. And that type of client is, let's say, people who have podcasts or YouTube creators that you really love taking their videos that they're doing and turning them into SEO optimized blog posts that help drive organic traffic to their podcast, to their YouTube videos, right? So as you can imagine, someone who's just out here randomly being like, sure, I'll write 10 product descriptions for you. Sure, I'll write an email for you, right? Like you're competing against the most amount of people at that point. But then as you start to specialize, so now you've specialized into really learning your craft, and so you don't have to know it all on day one, right? You're starting up here, but as you go, you're going to learn and you're going to get better and better. And so then once you start to realize I really love doing blog posts, that's when you can really start to educate yourself. And there's so much free content out there to teach you how to do these things, and especially AI. AI is an amazing teacher. You can make it be your coach. Any course out there you can take, AI can teach you if you just ask it. I want you to act as my coach. Teach me how to write SEO optimized blog posts and articles. And it will coach you through everything that you need to do, right? And so you're going to learn these skills as you go. But once you start specializing in blogs and articles, and then with that, you have happy clients leaving you great testimonials, right? Talking about how great you are at this, it's going to be easier and easier for you to, one, land those jobs, and two, start charging more money as you work your way through here.